Yo, what is good, YouTube? IZREAL the Barber here, man. Tap in. We are going crazy. It's the first video of the YouTube channel, and this is a mid-taper tutorial. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, man. More content coming for sure. Alright, guys, so you want to go in with your comb. You want to always rip that hair off the scalp, and you want to make sure you always comb it out, because you don't want to go straight into the haircut with your clippers. You're going to snag the client, man. You don't want to do nothing like that. So next I went in with my one guard clothes with my Gamma X Ergos. I love those clippers, man. Them clippers is nice. They come with 3 different customizational covers and all that, man. So yeah, I'm just cutting with the grain. My client's trying to start his way. He's trying to be like your boy. So yeah, man, we about to cut him down real quick, get him real right. Now with the crown area, I went with the lever open, because with the crown, you want to leave it a little more thick, because I noticed that area of the head, it definitely is like thinner than the rest. So you want to keep that area of the head thick by leaving that lever open. Now I'm going on the other side, and I'm just making sure I'm nice consistent with my strokes. Make sure I'm hitting every inch of hair in the head. Make sure you're really consistent with it, and you're hitting the line up, behind the ears, all that. Don't rush this process. It's your bread and butter right here. And my client, the way his hair was growing, in some spots it grew all over the place. So I had to make sure I kind of hit it in a different angle. Just brush it down my clipper now, and then next I'm gonna grab my brush and start brushing with the grain. Getting our hair nice and laid, just brushing it down. So I brushed his hair twice. I didn't just use this brush. That's my medium brush. I used a soft brush as well to really lay it down, really get it in place before I start my next process, which will be the back taper. Make sure you're brushing it down, all that, man. So next up is the back taper, and with this back taper, I just went in with my trimmers, my Gold FXs, and you want to just let the clipper do its thing. You don't want to try to dig in, try to make a harsh line. When you're digging in, especially in the back of the neck, you could, you know, cut someone up, do something you ain't trying to do, man. You ain't trying to hurt your client. You're trying to bless them real quick. So next I went in with the lever open with my same clippers, my Gamma X Ergos. And we're going about 1/2 inch up in that taper. This first guideline, you want to make sure you always brush the hair, especially with coarse hair. Coarse hair always moves when you cut the hair, man. So always grab that brush and brush it back down every 2-3 strokes. Brush it back down and see how I'm doing it. Next, I went in with my lever closed. I'm about to blend it out immediately. For tapers, I like to set my guideline and then blend it out, because tapers is real fast and easy, like a fade for me. So the more I go up on this transition, I'm using my lever open, opening it up a little bit more, and all the way till it's fully open. So I went halfway, and then from halfway open, I go to fully open. Some people like to do quarter, half, 3/4. I like to just do half. I feel like it's a faster process. And if you're, doing the cut right, it's gonna transition right. You're not gonna have to do all that. Some people are different, though. Some people like to go to do all that. Me, I feel like it's no need, as long as it looks good and you transition it right and it's coming along together. Next, I went in with my one guard open. And with this one guard open, you want to just set it in a 1/2 inch guide, and you want to flick out at the top. Make sure you're always flicking out. You don't want to try to dig into the hair at the top and it just doesn't look all right. You want to make sure you're flicking out. Then I went with the grain with the one guard closed to really get that back. Next, I went with my 0 guard. With the 0 guard, I went with it closed, and I'm tacking that first line that y'all see right there. Just tacking it slowly but surely. Make sure you're using that corner of the clipper too, the corner of the blade. Always use the corner of the blade when you come to doing your fades, because you don't want to try to use the whole clipper. When you use the whole clipper, you can end up, cutting too much, or it's not going to transition right. You want to always use that corner and always flick out. See how I'm always flicking out and I'm brushing the hair. Then I'm going in with the lever halfway open. With the halfway open. And then from there I went to fully open. And with fully open, when I kind of scooped out at the top just to really debulk the hair, really debulk that taper. Seeing some dark spots, his hair is kind of going a little weird, and that's how it is in the back of the neck. Usually by that occipital bone, it kind of it grows a little weird, so you got to hit the hair in different angles. I went in with my zero guard open, and I'm just going with the grain, really making sure I'm getting that transition right. Next up would be the side taper, man. So I just went ahead and just went with my clipper closed, my lever closed, and from there, I'm brushing it, really make sure I'm setting it up. Next, you're gonna use your shavers. Now, with shavers, it gives a better transition, I notice. So you wanna always use your shavers just as a nice little guideline to really make sure you're taking all that hair out from the ball line. From there, I went with lever open. Half inch guideline, flicking out the top. Nice and consistent with my strokes every time, and brushing every 2-3 strokes. Then I go ahead, tactic, lever close. Brushing the hair down. Opening up the lever a little more. I noticed I had a little bit of too much bulk at the top of that guideline, so I went with my lever open and just flicked out a little bit more to get this taper nice and crisp. Then I went with it closed. Sometimes you gotta play with that lever to really get all the hairs transition right. You're not gonna do it in one go most of the times. It takes a couple times to attack that line, that guideline, to really get it transition right. I'm just doing lever open right now, just really setting up my next step will just be with the one guard open. And then I'm just flicking out the top. Since his hair is lower out of one guard closed, I can kind of dig in a little bit more at the top with the sides, because the sides is thin. The sides would be the most thin for the thinnest part of the hair, so thinnest part of the head. And then a little tip that I'm gonna give you guys, what I usually do, I like to kind of pull the client's skin, like pull the head, and then from there I like to kind of just blend it out more. I feel like my blends come out better when I do this, when I'm pulling, and I'm able to just cut the hair more efficient doing this. Now I have my zero guard. I'm just working with the zero guard right now. Then I went with the zero open, and I'm just cutting it with the grain, make sure I'm hitting the top, make sure I'm getting this taper nice and blended right. Seeing a little bit more bulk that I didn't like, and then had to cut it with the grain. So I'm gonna let the music play on this side of the head and see if you guys remember the steps and just follow along with me. Next step, man, in life is get out, start barbering, go to barber school. I'm gonna move to Atlanta, Georgia, my homeboy, my girl, and we're gonna set in and we're gonna chase our goals, man, live our dreams, and achieve a life of excellence. as always, you know, you don't want to always settle in life. If you want to do something in your life, and you want to improve your life, go for it. Take that step. Always go forward. Don't ever look down, look up. It gets better, man. Trust me. You just got to stay positive with the journey. Make sure you get your affirmations going every time you wake up. And yeah, man, just stay positive. Everything gonna be straight. It's a process, bro. So next, I went in and dust off all the hair, and I'm using the alcohol to hit his lineup. I'm about to start this lineup process now. Now what the alcohol is doing is cleaning up his lineup area from all oils and just dirt. I notice when I do this, my lineups come out way more crisp, so you want to always clean the skin. Next, I'm going in with my hairspray. Now this is just holding spray, just to hold the hair in place, and I do use 2 different sprays. That's I forgot the name of the brand, honestly, but this is Spritz. The one I'm using right now is Spritz. So I'm spraying the Spritz around the head. Make sure I'm hitting it down. Next, you want to go in with your blow dryer. Going with your blow dryer, full blast, cold. You want to use cold. And every time you're doing this, you want to make sure you have a brush to brush the hair down for the lineup to get ready to get this crisp lineup going. This is the surgery of the cut. This is like your bread and butter, you know. I feel like the lineup is everything, like, to any cut. I feel like it just finishes the cut. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, I don't know, man. It's weird like that. But next, I'm going in with my FX trimmers, the graphite blade. And the way I'm doing my lineups, I'm not trying to go up high. I'm about to just keep it nice and natural. I'm touching the lineup and pushing down, pushing it down. That's all it is, man. You don't want to try to go up with it or nothing. You want to just keep it nice and natural. And you want to do your common denominator, as Get Beam will call it. You know, what you do to one side, do to the other, the mirror effect. So I'm starting with the middle. I'm working my way to the right. Then I'm going to the left, working my way back to the right till I hit the corner. Now with this corner, this corner was a little tricky, so I had to hit it nice and good. Next, I'm using my vertical bar. Now with your vertical bar, you want to hit it at an angle. You don't want to try to go straight down with it, because I noticed when you go straight down with your vertical bar, it just doesn't look right. You got to hit it with an angle a little bit. And I'm hitting this corner a little bit more just to keep it nice and straight, to keep it 90 degrees at all times. And like I said, you're just touching that line and pulling back, touching that line and pulling back, brushing the hair back in place. Now next is the C cup. I didn't go too crazy with the C cup. I was trying to keep it as natural as possible. And with the C cup, man, I feel like that's the hardest for me. I'm not gonna lie, it's probably something I definitely gotta work on. I've only been cutting hair for 6 months, but the C cup is something I definitely want more practice at, need more practice at. And I notice what works best for me is using the corner of your trimmers when you're doing that C cup. You don't want to try to use the whole blade. You want to kind of use the blade as a pencil to really edge up the C cup nice. I'm just doing some touch-up work, make sure I'm getting it right. Had to switch up the camera real quick, hit the other side real quick. And we're hitting this next vertical bar. Make sure, as always, hit it with the angle. Hit it with a nice, good angle. Then I'm hitting this corner, making sure this corner is nice and at a 45-degree angle, man. Make sure it's not a nice 45-degree angle. Next, I'm going to hit his back. With the back, I like to start in the middle and then work my way down. Then from the working my way down, I go back up to working my way back up by the ear. Keeping it nice and natural. You don't want to dig in when it comes to the back. It just looks weird, and the grow back stages just don't look right. So then I'm about to hit all the hair behind his ears. Next, I'm going in with my no drip hairspray, color enhancement with the Tom 45 card. I don't know why it's stuck there, but I'm just spraying it lightly. When you spray, you want to just go right by where the hairline is. You don't want to spray the skin. You want to spray the hair itself to give it that extra pop with the color. All it is just enhancing the lineup. You're not trying to create a line. You're just enhancing the line with this. Then I'm about to hit the C cup next. And boom, it hitting just like that. Next step is your barber pencil. With your barber pencil, you want to go in with the line, and you want to just edge that line out. Now, what the barber pencil is doing is enhancing the color a little bit more. It's like a contour line to get that line up an extra little pop. So for darker skin folks, I like to use the brown one. For lighter skin folks, I like to use the white one. And then from there, I like to use my trimmer to really get it in the skin, really blend it up right to get this line as popping as I can. Next, I'm gonna hit the vertical line. We're just staying patient, man. It's all a process with cutting hair. You wanna come up with your plan, stick to your plan, and sculpt your image. All barbers, we're artists. Remember that. You're an artist. You're not just a barber. You're also a mentor. All that to your client. You know, you want to keep good customer service to your clients. You want to be the person in their corner when they're down bad, someone they want to talk about their day, talk about business plans, just pick people's brains. You know, I'm that type of person. I like to, just talk to people, pick their brains, see what they got going for themselves and all that. That was my roommate in the back, messing up the video. Nah, just kidding. But next, I'm going in with the razor, and then with the razor, I'm about to hit it with the grain. I already had hit the line earlier. Just talking a little too much, but I'm going with the grain right now with the forehead to hit all those hairs. Next, I'm hitting that vertical line. Now, with the coming of the razor, you want to make sure you pull that skin, because you don't want to try to hit the razor not pulling the skin. You're going to end up cutting your client. You do not want to drag the razor. I tell you this again, do not drag the razor. You want to just, boom, hit it with the skin. All right, back out. Hit it with the skin, back out. You don't want to try to drag it, because when you try to drag it and you're not at that right angle, you're going to not only drag just the hair, you're going to drag some skin too. You're going to be cut up, bleeding bad, man. So I recommend always put that skin, and you see how I'm just going in, all right, backing out, going in. I'm just kind of like etching the lineup, etching the crispiness, getting this nice and crispy. He wanted the beard done too, so I hit his beard real quick. I had hit his beard earlier with the trimmers, but I had to cut off the video. The video was way too long, so I had to make sure everything fit in place. And this how my boy came before, man. But this as barbers, this is what we do. We bring people back to life, and boom, popping, crazy, lit, all that. Make sure y'all like and comment and subscribe, man. This is the first video of my YouTube channel, and I appreciate y'all turning into my journey, man. Let's go crazy.